Hi there. So I guess this is chapter 2. Yesterday I recorded my very first review video for Ghost Love Score by Nightwish, and that was for a course that I've been teaching called The Language of Songwriting, and I recorded that for my students as an example of how one could put together a review video of a song that meant something to them. And I thought, what the heck, I'll stick it online. So I did. And that was last night, and 2,000 views later, here I am again. I was just really happy to see that quite a few people connected with what I was talking about with regards to the song, and that there seemed to be interest in more of that. Because thus far the channels that I've seen out there, which are amazing reaction channels, are more based around spontaneous reactions, rather than fan-created videos about the songs and why they're wonderful. So I want to say at this point, if I carry on doing this, and I'm thinking about it, I won't be exclusively putting out content about just one band, although Nightwish was just the logical place to start for me because they're amazing and I've been following them for a very long time. I will be putting out other bands as well if I carry on with this, and I'll be starting with ones that I'm really familiar with, and that may evolve to the occasional reaction, and it may also evolve to me taking songs or live versions by Nightwish that I haven't seen before and maybe reacting to those as well. But for now I want to start somewhere familiar, and I want to stay in the kind of feeling of the course that I've been doing just now and reviewing songs that I enjoy. So I picked out a song by Nightwish from the Wacken 2013 concert. And while I was really happy to see that lots of people enjoyed me using a different concert for Ghost Love Score, I thought, yeah, you know, this is the definitive version of this song on the Nightwish YouTube channel. It's the official one that's out there with Floor as vocalist at the moment. So I figured this is where I was going to start with this one. I thought about doing a comparison with Tarja or with Aneta or with both, and there's still time for that. I could put out videos on them as well with the same song, but right now I thought I'd stick with the version that we're most likely to hear in future, which is that with Floor. So this is Everdream. Let's do this.
But for now we're gonna start a little softer with Everdream.
Ever felt away with me, just once, that all I need, entwined in finding you one day. Ever felt away without me, my love, it lies so deep. Have a dream of me.
So just for a moment I'm going to pause there. Beautiful introduction, and one that I'm familiar with, of course, from the older versions with Tarja and with Aneta. But I just want to say that combined with Floor's voice, there's some beautiful vibrato on her voice while she's singing that. And she just interacts really, really well with Thomas and how he's playing that. And you'll notice in the middle of that introduction he jumps up an octave, just kind of waking us up in case we've already gone into a trance just listening to it. And he does that slightly differently from performance to performance. They're not all exactly the same in the way he plays it. And I really like just listening and seeing how he's going to do it each time. So yeah, okay, that's the introduction. I'll just take us a step back, and then we'll go back in.
Have a dream of me.
So I just have to mention, just following on from my first video about Ghost Love Score, I said that with Yucca, there's always a few fills that I'm really listening out for, and that was one of them again, just at the end of that introduction, taking us into the verse. I'll take you back and let you listen to that bit again. Here we go. I gotta stop there because we've covered a lot of ground already just in that time. So when we go into the verse, what you hear again is the start of that kind of formula where the guitar is taken out of the equation. You've got drum and bass, and that bass really shines through then. Really amazing tone in Marco's bass. And then in the middle of the verse, you hear Empu come in with the guitar, and you see that build-up of intensity already. And then the chorus, bam, you really hear the vocals then, powerful. Of course, we can't talk about this without talking about Marco. At the end of that chorus, with his coming in with that Dream of Me, that really long, powerful note. And yeah, I guess it's kind of too soon already, you know, with Marco leaving the band now. I just don't know how this song's going to work live without that. It's going to be missing too much, you know. I don't know whether the whole crowd's just going to have to join in and sing it, or whether the new bassist has that kind of voice, or whether they're going to just have to take a recording of Marco and put it out there live. I don't know. But it's going to be missed. It really, really is. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, and already we're at the end of the second chorus. There we are. You know, this is a real kind of symphonic metal pop song because it's not all that long for symphonic metal. You know, it's only 5 minutes long, and it's really compact in that sense. You know, at least for a Nightwish song. And a few things that just shine through there already while I'm watching this. You know, the first thing is, can we just appreciate Thomas's setup there? He's got his own little castle on the stage almost of keyboards. And the other thing I want to talk about is Empu. I mean, you've already seen how he's running around the whole stage. He's a really kind of flamboyant guitar player with a lot of stage presence, lots of interaction with the audience, throwing picks out, just, you know, facial expressions, gestures, even stopping every so often just to pull his sleeves up while he's playing. The guy's got skills, he's got stage presence, and he really just makes an impact on the audience just with the way his mannerisms and the way he moves around. So I've got to really appreciate Empu as well while we're talking about this. Okay. So what I want to talk about there really fast is, firstly, I have not said much about Floor yet, and Floor has made this song her own. There's not a lot that she's changed in it compared to the previous versions, but one thing she does do is just at the end of that little bridge before the guitar solo, she sings, "Your beauty cascaded on me in this white night fantasy," and in this white night fantasy, Tara used to go down in terms of the melody, whereas Floor's taken it up. So she's actually kind of raised the pitch of some of the notes there. So just little things, but noticeable. And yeah, Marco, again, singing over the first half of the guitar solo is not always something that should be done, but Marco, when he does it, he's allowed. He's just amazing. And it gels so well with what Empu's playing. And you can see they coordinated that really, really well. Yeah, amazing solo by Empu. I don't think there's any solo that he's ever played that I haven't loved. And yeah, I don't want to kind of keep talking over this. We'll check out the breakdown now. Here we go. Really getting the audience pumped up. So I hate to interrupt the mood, but I've got to talk about this briefly. This is the vocalist in me talking now. When we get into these kind of big choruses at the end, and we've got a big double chorus here now, what you hear is that Floor is taking those long notes at the end of the words, and she's shifting the vowels a little bit. And, I'm by no means a music teacher or a vocal coach or anything like that, but, I'm a self-taught vocalist, but there have been times that I've occasionally gone to a vocal coach for a bit of help if something's not been working. And one of those things is pressure on the vocal cords from touring. And one piece of advice that was given to me was to kind of shift those vowels. So instead of singing a long E, which is really hard if you're singing a high note, to move that E towards an air. That's a much easier sound to produce when singing a high note, because you can you can open that mouth much more. And you becomes yo, you're just allowing that opening of the mouth to create that greater space for the sound to come out. Now, don't take this as theory from me, and don't take it as an official kind of vocal lesson or anything like that, but that's the kind of advice I've been given. If you check out CVT, then that's one school of vocal teaching that explains that really well. So just wanted to point that out to you so you can listen for it as it carries on. Here we go. So there's not a lot more that I need to say about this, but what I do want to say is that in that last part of that chorus, and I'll wind it back and we'll watch it again because it's amazing, is how both Yuka with his bass drum and Empu with his guitar, they go into playing 16ths. And that's really fast. That's it's basically Eye of the Tiger, that kind of thing, but slightly faster, I think, here. And that just pulls up the pressure. So from the first half of this double chorus to the second half, there's that kind of shift to an even higher pressure there. And yeah, it just kind of kicks it up a level again before the end. I'll just take you back and show you that. There you go. Yeah, just that little bit of extra pressure there, pushing it through to the end. And that lovely high note, you know, that ever dream of me at the end. And you heard, I guess, what I was talking about before with those vowel changes, so that you could get those kind of higher, more powerful notes out more easily. So one cool little strategy there. So yeah, that was Everdream, and that was Everdream from Wacken with Floor. And like I said before, the stuff that I could tell you also about Tarja's version and about Annetta's version, I didn't want to do a comparison here in the end. I thought about it, but I'm not in for this debate about who's the better singer. I don't care about that. I have massive respect for all three of them, and what does interest me about this song is how they kind of changed that last double chorus for each vocalist to play to their strengths. And the one thing I could tell you about that in this version is that where with Tarja and with Annetta, Marco sang harmonies in the last double chorus with those two vocalists. Here he's not doing that anymore. With Floor, she's singing by herself, and he just kind of interjects that dream of me in between. And I haven't understood yet why exactly that decision was made. It must be some kind of strategic decision to maybe let Floor's power shine out more while she's singing those high notes. I don't know. But I'd be really curious to find out why that is. And if you'd like to hear an analysis of Everdream with Tarja and with Annetta, then you know where the comments box is. Stick a comment in there and I'll put it on my list of things to do. And if there's other songs you'd like to hear, either by Nightwish or by somebody else, again, use the comments, they're right there, and I will see what I can squeeze in when. I'm not promising videos every day in the near future, but right now it's a semester break, so every so often I'll get something new out there if you'd like to see it and hear it. For now, thank you very, very much for watching. I'm Andy. See you next time.